Oh, but I'm
Hello. Pop the
If you got the love and you bide your time, you're full of ambition, we will be fine. So come on. Come on.
Prophecy, where are ya?
No,
Mideyah.
I decided to change the music for the next
That's
50.
a good surprise.
A lovely surprise.
Yeah, we're changing music now. We've done Dreams Come True now, and we'll continue with some other songs. I don't even know if we're live yet, to be fair. Did anything come up for you guys? I don't know,
Says
man.
live and recording.
I mean, are we live on Facebook? Well, should be live on Facebook, but I don't know. I'll need to check.
I don't know how to get on Facebook, to be honest.
Max is a fool and you couldn't even tell me.
Wait,
Well, actually, Dan and his missus will tell us if it's live because they usually listen.
let me
And then they'll
see.
message.
I'm going to check. Let me see. I don't know, because I'm not getting any, I don't know why, but for some reason the page doesn't come up. It's just like blank. So let me see. Where are we? Black Apocalypse. If anyone is interested, Black Apocalypse Podcast Media, we are live. And we are we're not quite live yet, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We'll continue with the show. How's everyone doing anyway? How's everyone doing? We're minus.
We're doing
Travis today.
fine. We're doing fine.
Travis
Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
Tra-
we're missing Travesty tonight. We don't know if we'll get her, but hopefully we might.
She's stuck in the boonies, did she say?
She's just stuck in some rural area where the signal's not that great.
Okay.
So that's what it is. Yeah.
So wait there. Quick Corona update. They're saying that we got a spike here in Germany. Everyone's going crazy now. Oh, that's it. We're back. We're back into the second wave. These guys are idiots.
I don't get what the big fuss is about because to me, I can't understand why people ain't realising that it's the cold and flu season. And because of that, if you test for corona when you've got symptoms of the flu or a cold, it's going to give you a false positive. So why are people not realising that this is what's going on and this is what the media and government are portraying as the second wave and the spike? We already knew that was going to happen because the time of the year that they picked for it to come back again is in flu season.
No.
It's just obvious. 2 and 2 makes 4.
No. I'm just really worried about.
Holla, holla.
I'm just worried about all this. I think it's all a bit farcical, to be fair. I don't know.
It is. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've just had enough of it, to be honest. So quickly moving on, I'm going to take you both out of your comfort zone today.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to discuss a topic that none of you are familiar with, but I want to get your ideas and your opinions on it. I think we touched on it slightly some months ago, but I want to bring it back up and see what you're thinking. And at the same time, if Alstallio can bring it up on a site in his country to see if it's the same. So here we go. Why have the prices of puppy sales gone up from what used to be between a few hundred to £1,000 to the extortionate prices of £3,000 upwards? What has Corona got to do with the dog prices going up? Can anyone tell me?
Do you think it's got something to do with where's my computer?
Let me give you an example. You could have got a Jack Russell puppy, say almost a year ago. You could have got a Jack Russell puppy for something like £200 to up to maybe 400. Now you're talking between 1,000 and 2,000 for a Jack Russell puppy.
Really?
And that used to be the price you'd pay for them blue-eyed
Huskies.
bulldog-looking dogs. You'd usually pay that sort of price for those, but now you're paying £3,000-4,000 for one of those. So I want you to know: does anyone know the reason for the extortionate increase in dogs, and who the hell do they think are paying for these dogs?
Well, rich people who can afford them. That's the thing. I think what's happened is having a dog is a luxury, to be fair.
Yeah.
I touched on this the other day in one of my 5 minutes with the Alstallio podcast.
Okay.
Shameless plug. And I said basically that dogs need to be treated again like dogs and not like pets and not like whatever. Because remember, dogs are treated higher in a higher level, or they've been held in a higher regards than the humans. Actually,
They
they
have,
spoiled. They get spoiled. In fact, the dog lives a life that every human strives for. We want to sit in front of the fireplace, do nothing all day, be fed, be chilling out, doing nothing, you know, and having people just love us. You know, we don't have to stick our tongue out and people love us, you know. And all we're going to do is actually excited for 2 minutes a day. And that's the rest of the time we're bored. That's what humans aspire to, this kind of life. So basically what it is, I think it's especially in the corona times, because imagine that a dog is a reason to get out of the house, isn't it? So that's why people have capitalized on it as usual. But
I understand where you're coming from when you say probably they just want to aim it at the rich. But how many rich people are actually going on Gumtree to buy a dog?
I need to check.
Don't you think rich people would send their maids out or whoever they have running around for them to go to a KC registered kennel to buy a dog from there? I'm talking about if you go on sort of Gumtree. I don't know what you'd use in the Europe, but I have looked at some Europe sites and they are selling them for the same sort of prices. And I want to know what the big jump was. Somebody Google it while we're speaking. Why have the prices gone up so high? I need to know at least one reason why such an extortionate price rise.
Is anybody? The thing is, it's with a dog, it's, you know, dog is forever, isn't it? Really? So there's no real price on it because it is a life, and it's, you know, something that would change life and bring a lot of joy to your life.
So why suddenly, just during Corona times, have they become so expensive? There was always for a lifetime.
But dogs are expensive anyway, if you think about it.
But as I said, Alstallio, I gave you an example. Before, just less than a year ago, you could have got a Jack Russell puppy or even a Chihuahua puppy from between £200 and £400 to £500. Now, for the same dogs, you're talking over £1,000 to £2,000 for the same dog. Why the sudden increase? This has happened it coincides with the COVID lockdown. What has caused people to go mad and bring the prices so high? There has to be a reason behind it.
It must be, it's got something to do with people being lonely and stuff.
But they were always lonely, but they could get a dog for 400 quid. Now you've got to pay, as I said, £1,000, £2,000, £3,000, £4,000 upwards. Okay. There has to be a reason. That's why I said I'll take you out your comfort zones today to see if you could see a reasoning for why the big increase.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm trying to find.
That's what I'm saying. Ask Google pudding and see what it says.
Trying to figure out if I get like American prices here. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really too much into dog. We'd have to get Simon on, who's our dog expert.
Yeah.
But about £400 a year to feed a dog. Not that expensive. Yes.
Well, they did say about they're exploiting. Some sellers are exploiting the demand for puppies during lockdown. A study found, so they did say that.
Okay. Yeah. So that might be one of the reasonings then.
I think that's exactly what it is. To be fair, I think it's a good way to get money out of people because they're desperate to have something new in the house, and a dog seems like the logical step, really, which is going to bring like a long-term amount of joy, especially if this lockdown lasts longer, you know.
Don't you think it doesn't make any sense though? Because people are losing their jobs left, right, and centre during this time. So why would you put the prices up of dogs, knowing people probably won't be able to afford them soon?
Well, no one's caring about that, if I'm honest.
No one thinks that far.
You got to look at the fact that there's people that are dog breeders, and that's their form of income.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, they can class that as a self-employment sort of business. I don't know the rules on selling dogs and stuff, but it's a business for them, isn't it? It really is.
I understand that, and I get where they're coming from. So because they're dog breeders, imagine it was a shop. Now look what they did when lockdown first started. They put the hand sanitizer up to £15 when they're only worth 50p. And look how people rose up in arms about that. Does it give the dog breeders rights to do what they're doing? I don't think they have that right to be selling things that expensive. I don't think they should have that right at all. I think it should be governed. to be honest, because at the end of the day, yes, a lot of them will say, "Oh, mum and dad can be seen," but you don't know what stress you're putting the mum under, breeding all these dogs all the time, and then getting big prices out of it. So,
dogs supposed to be, I don't know, dogs can breed forever, I guess. I don't know if they have like that limitation like humans. I guess when they get old, it's not.
I heard it's only worth breeding them twice. I've heard. I don't know how true that is, but apparently they lose value or something to do with health. I don't know. But
I can imagine
twice.
I can imagine. So anyway, Alstallio, have a word with your colleague Simon at some point and see what his view is on it. Because he's a dog lover, he might have an input on why the prices have shot up so high. You there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I'm just trying to figure out why. I don't even think we're live, but it doesn't matter. We're recording anyway, so we're not missing anything.
Okay.
I'll definitely speak to him and find out what his take is on it, whether or not it's something else. All you have to
do, tell him to just look on Gumtree and look at the extortionate prices. It's ridiculous.
I think everything's gone up in lockdown, really. Apart from fuel prices. What's the fuel prices like over there at the moment?
Well, I don't take any notice. I just feel and go. And the reason why I don't take any notice is because I don't see the point. And I can't imagine them being, I don't know, people are not travelling as much with COVID going on, are they? So is it worth them putting the prices up?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because we're paying like under €1 now, like 95 cents or sometimes 90 cents.
I think it's £1.13 or something for unleaded. I think something like that.
Okay.
You know, so I don't know. I don't really know because I just feel and go. As I say, I've never really took any notice. You know, so yeah.
I don't know either.
Okay. Well, we've left the doggy situation up in the air.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. We'll go more.
We'll revisit that.
Well, the question is, did bikes go up?
Bike prices, well, they're probably going to go up because
I did not see a bike. There's a local bike shop near from where myself and Mideyah lives, and they always had stuff in stock. Soon as lockdown hit us, nothing was in there, nothing. And I don't think it was because of they lost out on money because it was still open, but there was no real stock in there. So I'm guessing everyone bought up the bikes.
Yeah, could have done.
You think also the prices went down on bikes? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't think they did. I think they remained the same, to be honest.
See,
did they go up because everyone was riding a bike? Like people you'd never see, like your locals.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Remember, the lockdown caused us a lot to think about our lives and reflect, and then but a lot of people started getting active. So I guess that's what happened. A lot of people bought bikes because that was all they're allowed to do is a bit of sport. So I thought, okay, I'm going to go riding. That's probably one of the easiest forms of cardio exercise that you can do. It's riding a bike. Yeah, and it's actually really good too because it's not heavy on the joints. You know, it's not like doing burpees or something, skipping or some powerful stuff. Yeah. Okay, the fuel prices at the moment are around £1.8. That's so much more than what we pay. I mean, you could pay 8 cents more.
Why do you even take Alstallio? Why do you even care whether it's that much or that? It makes no difference. It actually makes no difference in how much petrol you're getting.
Saving money.
Important. No, you're not really saving. Think about it. Not really. You've got to see a big difference. Say, for instance, as you say, it's under €1 in Germany. Now imagine if it was 3 times that in England, then you could have something to say, but you're only sort of 50p more. It's not really that significant.
I'm thinking actually you might have a point, but I'm also going to check now. At the moment I paid 95 cents. Like we filled up for 95 cents, obviously, because of our impending journey across.
Yeah.
I'm going to check how much the difference is. It seems to know what I want. So at the moment we're paying 95 cents. If we translate what you're paying at the moment, you guys are paying 20 cents more, 22 cents more a litre.
Makes no difference. That doesn't matter.
Well, 20 cents. Well, it depends how much you fill up. If you fill up €100, that's like 20 euros. No, wait, €2.
It's not that much. It's not that much. £2 is nothing. Come on, Alstallio, let's be real. It's not really that different. It's no different.
Times 100 litres. 20. That's like £22 on 100 litres. If you was filling up to 100 litres, you'd pay £22 more.
Yeah.
I fill up for 50 litres. that means I'm paying 11 euros more when I come to England and fill up than I would be here. And 11 euros, doesn't matter how you look at it, is still, that's like, for some people, that's a lot of money, man. 11 euros.
You only, as you say, you'll only notice that. You'll only notice that if you, as you say, you were traveling regular and filling up all the time. Yeah. I think besides that, it really doesn't matter. You know, so yeah.
I guess so.
Oh, hang on. How did we get from puppies to petrol? Oh, they're both starting too.
Yeah, because it's the rising fuel prices. That's why it's the rising fuel prices. Oh man. Anyway, do we have any more topics? Actually, I didn't even know, man. I'm sorry.
Of course, we have topics.
Okay, let's jump into one topic in a second.
I've gone back to that. That's why I picked up on that, because I went back to that from months ago. We put that in.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually saw a couple from a few weeks ago too. That was like, a travesty. I did a few.
Yeah, but I think we should leave that until she comes on. I think. The other one, I think, is an interesting one. These are completely different ones. Do you think people should be able to have their official birth certificates changed if they are given a name they didn't like at birth?
I think you should be able to choose your own name anyway.
I think you should be born with a, what's the word?
A letter, a barcode.
What you call it? A conditional name. So when you're of a certain age, you can confirm it if you want to keep that name or change it and then have your certificate. But it's working out what age we should be able to change it. Say, for instance,
you 15, I think you could already, or 14, you probably know what name you want to be known as.
Yeah, because I think it should be, I think it should be like that. I think your parents can give you a name that they can use until you're of an age where you can confirm whether you want that name or not. Mm. That would be a good idea, don't you think?
That would be a great idea. I think a lot of things that you're given automatically, like your religion, your name, your citizenship, I think you should be allowed to change your citizenship too. You shouldn't be, because you're born in England, that means you have to reside for the rest of your life in England. In England, you should be allowed to move once or twice.
Yeah,
and that's it. I think it's going to be horrible to say, well, that's where you stay. It's the card you've been dealt with, That's not fair, I think.
Well, going on to that, I've never agreed with how the world and the system runs. I think people should have a choice of wherever they want to live. I don't believe in this emigration rubbish. I think it's absolute claptrap. I think people should have been able, because I don't think humans actually own the world. They don't. They think they do, but they don't own the world. So people should really be free to roam wherever they want. Yes, sure. Have rules in place that you behave when you go in to live somewhere else. Yes, I agree with that. And yes, I do agree with maybe some people need to be vetted because there are a lot of murderers and criminals out there. Yes, vet them for that. But I don't think the law should be that, you've got to fit this certain criteria to live wherever you want. I think it should be free roaming, except for criminals, as you say. Criminals shouldn't be allowed, especially murderers and paedophiles and all those sorts of people. They should be stuck wherever they were born.
Actually, I was looking at something about that today, actually. They were saying... They were saying something, I can't remember exactly what it was, but along the lines of should the criminals should go and get their own island, basically, and go and live there. If they want to be a criminal, they should go and live on their own island. And I really, really agree with that. I know they did back in the day with Australia, but I think now we could do a more effective version of what they did in the past with Australia, sending the criminals there. You can probably set up a place, which is nice. The thing is, let them be lawless. Let them go there and be lawless. Go there, do what you want.
Or do what the government, the nasty governments tend to do with the poor people, the refugees. Leave them on a floating boat, boat in the middle of the sea. That's where they're leaving them because they've got nowhere to put them. That's what they're thinking of doing with them. And I think that's really cruel.
It is cruel. I mean,
he's really, really cruel.
Would it be cruel? Would it be cruel sending the criminals to an island as well? No, because it's still have their freedom.
It depends what sort of criminals they are. If they've been proven beyond a doubt, I'm not talking if buts and maybes. I'm talking if there's history there and there's proof that they're violent criminals, then yes, who would care what happens to them? They didn't care what they were doing when they were taking people's lives or doing what they were doing that was wrong. So who cares where they end up? Let them be lawless and be a law unto themselves and kill one another off in some no man's land somewhere else. Yes, I agree with that. You know, because the world would be a better place without all these big mafia criminals. You know, think you can go around murdering people just for the hell of it.
The thing is, what would happen is all the Class B criminals would all be on the island, and all the main Class A criminals would still be here, I guess. Or they'd probably figure out a way. They'd figure out a way how to get back us, get back here in it, and mingle them. Yeah. I don't know. I think that would be a bad idea. Putting them on an island, which is patrolled. And let them not kill each other, but let them have their freedom in another way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, because I don't think. Well, I think some people are reformed. Some people are eventually reformed. You know, I think it's really stupid when someone's maybe done a crime when they're teenagers, and then they go for bail at like 70 or 60, and it's like, no, you're not changing. Like, dude, he's been here for 50, 60 years. Of course he's changed now, you know.
You'll be surprised there are murderers of that age still out there.
I mean, sure, but I think if you went in when you was young, when you was 17, by the time you're mid-30s, you've already changed from the 17-year-old, even mid-20s.
Yeah, that's
true. The same, you know what I mean? So I think these people who get life sentences when they're like kids, 14, you know, by the time they get old, they're changed completely.
Yeah, that could be even worse.
Well, it could be worse. A lot of prisons make them worse. You know, I was watching a prison show with this guy from England who ended up going. Remember in '92, I think he ended up going to prison, but he was innocent. He was blamed for a crime he never committed. Can't remember his name at the moment. Anyway, I'm watching this show, and he went to a few prisons in like Germany and in Norway, and they've got such a great system there. It's almost like, actually, I'd rather go in prison. It's so nice.
Yeah, I was watching that.
And they kind of say, it's better we want to reform the prisons. We don't want to make more worse criminals, which makes sense, really. I don't know why the whole world doesn't do that, because what's the point of making someone live in a place so they end up coming back? You know what I mean? They live in a place which is like hell, and then when they come out, they can't acclimatize or integrate into society, then they end up going back. And what Norway have done and Germany, they're like, look, we want to give them a nice life here, so when hopefully it'll change them, and it really works. The one in Norway, especially, that works. They say 70% of people don't come back. Whereas if you look at like somewhere like America, I think it's like 70 or 80% of people come back within 3 years or something.
Oh, come on, Alstallio. Look at America. America's run by psychopaths and evil people anyway.
That's true, yeah.
And that's why they're not going to make, when they haven't got the conscience or the capacity for compassion and being fair, they are not going to allow a system to do anything better than what they're doing, really, are they?
No.
You know, so when you sit and think about it, it's all lands at the feet of the people who are ruling the world. They've got no compassion. They have no heart. They don't believe in being fair. That's obvious. It's as plain as your nose on your face. So they're not going to create a system that's fair if they don't see what they're doing wrong anyway.
No.
I mean, you have the odd people who are trying to do good, as you say, the ones in Norway. Maybe you've got the odd people. If you notice, Norway is not a popular country, is it?
Well, if you want to try and live there, I think
when I say popular, they're not in the media like America, UK.
Yeah, sure. Well,
that's what I mean.
Always positive in it. They're always like...
Yeah, you'll find the quieter countries are the better countries, the ones who are not out there in the media all the time.
No.
Besides places like China, of course, they're quiet, so you don't know what's going on with them.
Oh, China.
But I'm talking about there's got to be some countries that are sort of okay, and I'm portraying that. I'm thinking that Norway is probably one of them.
Yeah, Norway's like the number one place to live in the world, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
The top three at least. Canada, Norway, Iceland. Yeah, Scandinavian countries are always in the top 5. And Canada.
Yeah.
You know, because they have low crime, they have a good system, you know. And
to be honest, if I could take the cold, Canada would be a place I would consider.
Yeah,
I would definitely consider. But what put me off is when we were researching it, and my youngest one said, "Oh, that does have tornadoes," and I thought,
Canada doesn't have tornadoes.
That's what she said.
As bad cold though. That's America, man. Canada doesn't have tornadoes.
So that kind of made me think.
Don't listen to your youngest one.
Hey, but speaking of tornadoes, you know where in the world that has the most tornadoes?
It's not England.
Birmingham.
You mean tornadoes?
Yeah, I watched the
You mean Birmingham, Alabama? You mean Birmingham?
Well, it's not extreme, but it's still tornadoes.
You mean Birmingham, Alabama?
No, here.
You mean the wind that keeps ruining my garden?
Well, it could be, but the thing is, the only reason why it's not really in the media out that because the mini ones, but we do actually get more. That's what they said. This was years ago, but who knows? With climate change, it could have, America could have took the lead. You just don't know.
That's true. Very true.
Because climate change, a lot has happened, man. Have you seen the moon lately? Looking pretty close.
Yeah, it is.
Mars actually might be mixed up with Mars. Mars is meant to be closer than it ever was.
Yeah. But then it could be just an illusion. Who knows?
Actually, maybe Canada does have a lot of tornadoes.
That's what I said. I'm not going nowhere where my house might be blown on top of me, or blown up in the sky and I can't even find my feet.
I do have a lot of tornadoes. Actually, you're right.
Exactly.
Oh, maybe you should listen to Young One.
I did. That's what, because we were researching it. Because I said if I was in a position, that's where I would go. I would consider going.
Yeah, but
there.
maybe not. You probably go to Toronto or somewhere else. Vancouver. I'm sure they don't have it there. We're having like Quebec or somewhere crazy like this somewhere.
Quebec. It's Quebec.
Is it Quebec?
It's Quebec.
Are you learning French now? Are you learning French finally? A decent language that you could use.
Have you forgotten? French was my number one language, but we're talking many, many, many moons ago. No, it was many moons ago, and I came top of the whole school when we was doing the exams to see whether it was what group we were going to be in. So French was something that was. Remember back in the day when I was at school, it was French and German, and those were the two languages that I learned. That's why I knew a little bit when I came to you. But my French I probably wouldn't remember a lot today. But would you like me to say one of my favourite lines?
Go on then. Press the.
Let me see if I can remember. Je prépare le petit déjeuner. Go on, what's that say?
I don't know what he said. I don't speak French.
I prepared the breakfast. And I used to like, quelle est la date de votre anniversaire? That is, what is the day of your birthday?
I just know, arrêtez, s'il vous plaît. Arrêtez, s'il vous plaît. That means, stop it, please.
Yeah.
All right. And I know something too.
Then I will say to you, je ne comprends pas.
And you know what I would say to that, Mideyah?
Go on.
We.
That's all I know. Then I'll say no.
Maybe we should go and pick a French.
If you're going to go into Turkish, it's evet or yok.
What?
That's all. Evet is yes and yok is no.
Why don't you be a translator, Mideyah?
I don't know.
You should be a translator.
Believe it or not, many moons ago, before Destiny took me on a path that I shouldn't have been on, but I ended up on anyway. That was one of the things I wanted to do. I always thought I was going to be a bilingual secretary back then. That was many
dreams do come true.
True.
You can still go for it.
So languages was something that I did like. I mean, when you sit and think about it, I know quite a few languages, but I don't know them fluent enough. That's because I've not sat down to do them fluent enough.
No.
But yeah, if I did put my head to it, I can guarantee I could. Maybe I should do the challenge what Alstallio did in a year, learning 4 different languages.
Oh man, that's gonna be well. It's not gonna be hard if you really put yourself down to it.
But I already know quite a bit, so it wouldn't be that difficult for me.
A couple of hours a day, every day for a year. Yeah, you could probably do 3 months each language. Probably wouldn't make like if you chose something like ridiculously hard, like Japanese or Arabic, no. Japanese, Chinese, Hungarian.
Mine would be
some crazy language like this, or Finnish,
Yeah, I wouldn't learn those. Mine would be. I would definitely do French,
Spanish, German,
Turkish, not German.
Easy language.
No,
Swahili is easy. Swahili, and it's really beautiful as well.
I don't want to learn none of those languages at all. No, thank you.
French,
I know
Spanish.
one. Me have to go learn Jamaican.
You don't need a Jamaican. ain't going nowhere. You don't need Jamaican.
No, we ain't going nowhere with that one. No. But yeah, languages would have been something that I would have had that been my path, but obviously it wasn't my path. No. So what would you if you had to learn languages, Pudding, what would yours be?
Oh wow, I'm currently
4.
Say it again, sorry, Mideyah.
4 languages.
4?
Yeah.
Wow, currently my top one would have to be Spanish.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to Italian. I love Spanish. I love Spanish. Italian. Then I want to know the Greek language.
Greek?
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah, I can imagine it's really, really hard. What was the fourth one? It would have to be Portuguese.
Oh, so you got
because I have friends who are Portuguese, so it makes sense.
The thing is, you got pretty much one language. When you got Spanish, Portuguese, and Italian, you got pretty much one language there. So you only have to do nothing. So that's like one language. Yeah, it's like one language. I'm actually learning Italian now at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, I learned
so
Portuguese.
What for Alstallio would you?
Well, not including the ones I've already learned. Well, at the moment, I'm learning Italian.
Yeah.
I want to go back to Japanese.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a necessity to do French. Somehow, I don't really want to do it, but I think it's probably worth doing. But if I had to choose, I would do Japanese and I don't know, maybe I'll probably try. I don't know, man. It would have to be a nice language or not, because I don't really like these horrible sounding languages. Like I think Russian sounds horrible.
Yes, I'm not keen on. That's what puts me off certain languages.
Hey, that's not fair, guys. The Russians could be hearing us and think we sound horrible.
Probably.
Well, they're entitled to say it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So Italian, Japanese. I'm sorry, but I'll probably do French because they're African languages.
Yeah,
and I think I would like to learn. So I don't want to say too many Asian languages because I would like to learn like Korean and Chinese. But if I could, I'd probably space it out and learn something like Swahili or something. I'll probably go with Kiswahili from the southern African areas.
Well, what we should do to finish off the show tonight, we all have to say good night in our favourite language. As we sign off, we say our speech and then we say good night in our favourite language. We must be able to say it, or shame on us. Ready? Alstallio, get the music playing.
Oh, wait.
You should have already been on it.
No, I didn't realise. No. It's kind of caught me off guard there.
Yeah.
All right, so because you came with the idea, you can start then.
Well, I'd just like to say is I hope we're all staying safe and that we're all going to keep loving and doing the right thing with one another. And as we say, Mideyah.
What language is that?
Turkish.
So you're Turkish now?
Yeah.
Pudding, you want to say something?
I just want to say, guys, take your time in lockdown. I've noticed a lot of people are rushing about and, the government are rushing to make certain decisions that we don't want to make at this moment in time. That's all, really. Buenas noches.
And
Alstallio, take it away.
I would say rest in peace to our cousin who passed away. And yeah, look forward to coming to England, having a good time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do a live podcast with all of us in one room next week.
Hopefully, yeah.
And on that note, I'll say, want to say that. I don't even know if that's even right for good night. Actually, it's probably buona noche too.
Buenas noches is good night in Spanish. Buenas noches. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Try it in German. It's easier.
No, I don't in German. I don't like German.
You've got to say it in your language. Come on.
I said buonasera or buona noche.
Yeah.
Portuguese.
Okay.
All right, guys.
1, 2, 3. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Let's not rush into things, so love will continue forever, is what we both want. Many have tried and failed,